thank you, Jason.
Hello, Lyndy. Welcome back to TV.
Thank you.
Hey, Lyndy.
Hey,
Good to
John.
see you back on television, my friend.
Welcome back to TV, Lyndy. Wow.
Hello.
Hey, Lyndy, welcome back to TV.
Thank you.
Hey, Lyndy, welcome back to TV.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's about time, Lyndy. Welcome back.
Hi folks, Lyndy Brandon here. We're at Acme Costume. We're in Garden City off Highway 80. We're between Chatham Parkway and Dean Forest Road. It's on the right if you're headed out. And what's going to happen today is they're making me up today. And all I know is that at the end of this process, I'm not going to look like, you're not going to be able to recognize me. Is that the goal here? Oh, that's my goal. You going to be able to achieve it?
I think I can achieve it, yeah.
All right, tell me your name again.
My name's Eric Whitaker.
Eric, see what I do? I forget names that quick. Eric, we want to do a transformation that on television, I'll probably turn it into about 18 minutes time that we'll stretch all this out in. Okay. I don't know what you're going to do. I'll find out when everybody else does. But about how long would this take in real time?
In real time, it can take anywhere from an hour on, depending on how elaborate you want to get, the different processes and stuff. There's plenty of things that you can do with makeup. Possibilities are limitless.
And if folks want to come in here and find out how to do it, you got all the tools, right?
We do. We
got
got
it
indeed.
all.
Yep.
Right. Well,
Yep.
what do we do? What's the
Show 'em.
first start? How do we get going?
Well, the first thing I want to have you do is put your shirt on, because we're going to put this makeup on, and I don't want you to have to pull this over the top of it and risk messing it up. So
Okay. We'll do that.
we do that.
Well, we'll get back to Eric and an update on the transformation in just a little while and all through the show. First, let's talk about some things happening for Halloween already. The Oatland Island Not Too Scary event occurred. I was out there last weekend and left just as the rain arrived. Make your plans to take the little kids out next year to this great event. And Terror Plantation was the next stop last Saturday night. The Ailey Shrine's been putting on this event for years, the last 8 years, right here at the Shrine on Eisenberg. We'll spend more time behind the scenes there as we go through the show. And in Statesboro, they've been getting ready for weeks for Scare on the Square, coming this Saturday night, including the Thriller dance on the streets. Now, lots more events coming up over the next few days. Tomorrow, the Knights of Columbus Children's Party happens at the Columbus Drive location. Nightmare on Congress Street on Halloween night starts at the Rail Pub. Halloween on the River on River Street, and lots of different businesses. There'll be ghouls and goblins all up and down River Street. And don't forget Bonaventure After Hours at the cemetery. It's a 3-hour flashlight tour. We're back at Acme Costume in Garden City, where Eric and Hannah are busy transforming me into a monster I haven't seen yet.
I have to try to sit here and think about not looking silly. So we're here Wednesday. It's 2 weeks, right, till Halloween. Things getting pretty busy, hey?
There's a lot of stuff going on this weekend too.
Right onto the top of your nose here.
That's the stickum, huh?
Yes, sir. This is been using spirit gum since the invention of theater.
Well, you know, that smells a lot like airplane glue.
It probably tastes a lot like airplane glue, too.
Oh, that wouldn't be good.
No. Bring that down. There, that's going to sit right across the bridge of your nose.
It does
there.
feel considerably different, though. No, I see what.
There we go.
Yeah.
You move your mouth around for me. All right, fantastic. I will tell you, one of the tricks to makeup is making it fun. And Hannah here, I think, will agree with me, is that when you're doing the makeup pieces, and I'm going to go by your nose right here. When you're doing the makeup pieces, take your time. It's always good to get the different materials and stuff like that and just play with them.
We'll get back to Acme Costumes. They're in Garden City, and there's still time to get the perfect Halloween costume. Give them a call. Well, we're going to take you to Murder at the Morgue. The B&I group had their meeting out at the Bonaventure Mortuary the other day. Kyle, Nicola, and all the folks at the funeral home inviting the group out for what turned out to be a wonderful night. Last Saturday night, I got out to Terror Plantation at the Ailey Temple about a half an hour before the show began. Already, lines were forming, and students from Savannah Arts were getting in costume. A lot of the characters in the haunted house here at the Ailey Temple are from Savannah Arts Academy. They get a little credit for the performances. And they are some of the most enthusiastic members of the cast. Now, the Shrine bought the Terror Plantation from SCAD. It was more than 10 years ago. And you may remember the Terror Plantation moved around for a couple of years here, a couple of years there, until the Shrine built this building next to their facility on Eisenberg. And for the last 8 years, Terror Plantation has had a permanent home. Terror Plantation is a pretty balanced event. You can bring kids in here. The little kids might want to go to something maybe a bit less scary out at Oatland Island, where they have a not-too-scary event. But this one's pretty well suited for teens, and teens are the biggest part of the crowd, especially as the night gets later.
Welcome to my domain.
Terror Plantation is open tonight and continues through November 2nd. I'll tell you about some more events happening around the Coastal Empire and Low Country. Hallelujah Night at the Spirit Life Revival Center is October 30th. That's on Canebrake Road. They'll have a trunk or treat beginning at 6 p.m. and then lots of fun for the kids. And the Graveyard Party at Island Breeze is also the night before Halloween. And Halloween night, the Nightmare on Congress Street charity pub crawl starts at the Rail on Congress Street. Also, Halloween night, it's Bonaventure After Hours out on Bonaventure Road. Don't miss this 3-hour flashlight tour of Bonaventure and hear the stories of the cemetery on Halloween night. At Halloween night at the Jinx, a Beetlejuice theme. Come on in for the cover bands all night long.
So Eric, tell me, I still haven't seen myself. This is all right. I got a picture here. We're documenting it, but tell me about the latex piece you started with, and what's different from these from, like, you know, we watching Mission Impossible 40 years ago when Paris made his own and
Made
did
his
all
own,
yeah.
right? Well, the latex that we use nowadays is a foam latex instead of like a thin sheet.
Yeah.
And so it has its own volume. It builds out. It actually is a three-dimensional piece on itself. The ones that they used to use were thin pieces, and so you had to build up
Layers,
underneath,
like
and
they built up layers of
and
it,
layers,
yeah.
and it could be very time-consuming. The other thing was that it would get very thick and rubbery. And this stuff right here is actually porous and thin. And if you look, you can see that it gets muscle movement.
They're telling me that, so I'm
every
doing
little
it.
expression actually shows up through the foam latex, which is fantastic. It makes for much more dramatic masks.
Okay, what stage are we at now? Because I know one of the reasons we're stopping is to let things
Is
dry.
to let things dry. At the stage we're at right now, we have painted, I've applied the appliance to your face with adhesives, and I've edged it with latex around the side so that we can blend it into your skin better. As soon as that's dry, we'll be here in a few minutes, we're going to start applying the rest of the makeup to blend it into your face.
All right.
So,
Because I made myself up every day for TV for, you know, like 20 years.
I'll get it.
Of course, there's nothing like, you know, didn't have this much to hide.
No, face, there we go.
There you go. But I came to quite like the makeup. It's a nice ritual to go through to get your day started.
Mm-hmm.
And I eventually came to resist taking it off before I went out in public. But people look at you strange. You walk through the mall and you look like Dick Clark. Lost that Dick Clark effect though, right? No Dick Clark here.
Or have you?
I got to tell you, at this point, this is just relaxing. Sitting there and getting all this attention, trying to sit more or less still and not fall asleep. Now, we worked for this for about an hour or an hour and a half. And I got to say, it remained pretty interesting the whole time.
A lot of amateur makeup artists coming in. You're expecting to be miserable, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a lot lighter and way cooler than I would have expected.
Makeup has become much more wearer-friendly than it has in the past. That's for sure.
It doesn't feel hot at all. It doesn't.
Oh, it's looking good. Doesn't look like it at all, does it?
Well, that was the goal, and as far as most people are concerned, it worked out real well. I wore this mask for most of the rest of the day. We'll show you some pictures at the television station later. But when I got home, my dogs, they weren't fooled at all.
Makeup people that come in and teach us how to make ourselves up for HD, and the primary lesson was that it, instead of costing like, you know, 35 cents a day, it was going to cost $20 a day.
Oh, yeah.
So we didn't do any of that.
And now, actually, I am dreaming.
So like if I go in a bank now, they're setting off all the alarms right up there.
Probably.
Better keep your ID hand.
It
moves, yes.
His own face is moving.
That's right.
Now, at this point, we've gathered an audience, and I'm simply enjoying the attention.
I'm staying this way for 2 weeks.
Great idea.
So I'm on this thing for 2 weeks.
Well, I didn't make it 2 weeks. It was actually only about 5 hours. But it all washed off real easy.
In time alone, this is almost a $180 job right here, right now, at the bare minimum.
That's true.
Time alone. I'm not talking about your materials.
Oh, yeah.
That's about how I'd figure it.
Yeah.
I don't. But can you get people to pay it though?
You would be surprised I mean, there's always people trying to do things on a budget, like myself. But it does not surprise me anymore sometimes at the amount of money that people will throw down for something. They will go out. We have folks that come in and will rent costumes or buy makeup or have stuff done, and they want to go out and hit all these clubs that have these costume contests and stuff. And I guess they see it as an investment. They're hoping to win their money back. We did the makeup.
All right.
We put on the appliances, then we put the makeup on the appliance, and then she applied setting powder. And what that does is it draws out all the extra moisture in the makeup and stuff like that. So the final step to it now is to put a barrier spray on top of it. And what that's going to do is it's going to set it so that you're not rubbing it off every time you touch your face or rub against costumes and stuff like that.
Well, Eric, so you get this finished. You do this much work. How much time does this have? How long will it work?
It would depend on a couple of factors. One of them, where you're going to be. If you're going
Got to
to
be humidity would make a big difference too. Yeah.
If you're out like doing cruising downtown or something like that, it can last a night.
Down the road again with Lyndy, Brandon, and we're in Statesboro just in time for Monday's parade. The Air Evac Life Team making an appearance, and of course the Statesboro High School ROTC unit. Now, parade day in Statesboro means the fair opens up, and sure enough, Monday night the fair opened, and it's been a great week all week long. The weather's been good, and good crowds out for the Kiwanis Fair. There's still time actually to catch the rides tonight. Then the fair closes. Now, next week is Fair Week in Savannah. The Coastal Empire Fair opens on Halloween night. Statesboro Police Honor Guard leading off the parade in Statesboro. We're on North Main, just across from First Baptist Church. At this point, we'll be moving along towards the north. Hello, Mayor.
How you doing?
Real well.
Good to see you.
And we will see all four candidates for mayor of Statesboro in the next few minutes here. The Bullitt County Courthouse makes an appearance in every parade for miles around. Lots of politicians out on parade day. Here's Jack Hill. How you doing, Jack? No, this is the Kiwanis Club, Kiwanian of the Year, and president of the Kiwanis Club this year. Making their appearance in the Statesboro Parade. Oh, now a few little young beauty queens. Look at her. She never turns to the camera. She never did look. They're just being so cool riding along in the parade. Having a great day. I think we get a wave from this little girl. I think we did. She like, oh yeah, there you go. Just a little bit of a wave. All right, some more candidates for mayor of Statesboro. And Statesboro Fire Department making a big show. You can already hear the Georgia Southern Band in the background. Pretty well outperformed all the bands in the parade today, but of course the high school bands a little bit outclassed, except for maybe Statesboro High School Band. We'll see them a little later on. They put on a great show. I think we're going to get a little bit of a show here in just a moment. All right, here it goes. These are all kids in the Bullitt County Recreation Department programs all year long. Having a great time riding in the parade. You say most Mondays, this parade Monday, would be a day off from school for the kids. But not this time, as the parade and the fair are a couple of weeks later than in earlier years. We're talking to Mike Bowen with the Kiwanis Club. He says look out, don't fall. Says the schedule really doesn't change the number of people coming into the fair as much as the weather. And the weather's been real good this week for Fair Week in Statesboro. Boys and Girls Club of Statesboro bringing Miss Kate in for the burger and steak dinner a few weeks ago. They had 70 tables and all sold out. That's Miss Kate from Duck Dynasty. The president of the Bullitt County NAACP. Now look at this big thing. This is Amtrak. They're on Highway 67, the case dealers. Been there for about a couple of years now. I guess 3 years. And the Statesboro High School Band. seems like it's all over, but they're about to pull some moves here.
Every damn shuffle, go!
More of the Statesboro Parade in a few moments out at the fair, all at lindybrannon.com. All right, let's go back now to Acme Costume for the big reveal.
There we are.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Am I looking at me? I'm looking at my finger. Oh, there you go. Wow.
Does that not look like you?
Wow. That's amazing. That doesn't look anything like me. I see my eyes in there and a bit of my teeth.
Now, look at your eyebrows at it.
That's just remarkable.
Well, I'm glad you're pleased.
What a job. That's really the big, from my point of view, that's the big difference here, is how much more comfortable, from what I expected. This is so much more comfortable than I would have thought. I'm not hot, I'm not sweaty inside, and I don't feel like it weighs a ton.
Well, I want to thank Eric and Hannah and everybody at Acme Costume. They're in Garden City, and they are ready to get you all set for Halloween night. Remember, Scare on the Square in Statesboro tonight. The Terror Plantation and lots of other haunted houses are continuing through November 2nd. Weather's going to be great tomorrow for the 25th Annual Jewish Food Festival. That's in Forsyth Park. Come on down. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. This thing feels great.
You need to take you a bag and go downstairs.
I don't want to get too close to that bank.
I don't think I can get close to that bank either.
I don't know what was.
No, I think you got close to that bank. Well, I don't think I got enough money to get you out today.